Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural Nightbee E3 post-show, I guess.
Post-conference.
Post-conference.
We're gonna see how this
review
goes.
thing, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about the wonderful EA conference that just happened.
Oh yes.
I mean, I didn't get to see all of it because I was at work, but I watched up to Star Wars.
I watched the whole thing. You got pretty much the majority of it. The only thing you really missed was Battlefield 1.
Oh damn! I actually wanted to see that. How did it look?
It
actually,
looks good.
We'll get to that.
Okay. So first thing they showed off pretty much was Titanfall 2.
That actually looked cool.
It does, and the thing I'm really happy about is you're actually starting a full new game.
Yeah,
all right, sure.
A full new game.
It doesn't matter. The game
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I was really kind of happy about the fact that they decided to do single player.
The single player is cool. I don't know if I care about the single player as much because with shooters, it's like it's a 6-hour campaign, and then all you do is the multiplayer.
Yes, but I mean, personally, I know the main kind of focus of it.
Shepherd.
Yeah, I know the main focus of it, honestly, is...
How do you use this controller?
You know, like a normal joystick.
Yeah. I don't know why you're having such an issue.
Just go up to default Shepherd.
I'm gonna go...
Oh, I did it.
Let's go back for a second.
No, I didn't do it.
I'm just gonna fix it. Oh, did you delete the game?
No, I didn't.
I don't know what happened there. Anyways, besides the point. You can figure it out. I know, the main focus of a FPS is...
You gotta do something, Charlie.
Yeah. The main focus of an FPS is pretty much
just go create a character. Just create a character. It's easy.
No, whatever.
Okay.
I know the main focus of an FPS is pretty much to play multiplayer and stuff. But to have that single player in there, I like that as an option.
The story's...
Because there are certain, there are some...
important, but the problem is, Halo is one of the only shooters that, made the story actually matter.
See, I found actually some of the Battlefields have pretty good single-player stories.
Do they?
I've never bothered. I've played, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Hardline was okay and stuff, but I mean, and hopefully Battlefield 1 will be good. But the story...
is Star Wars, right?
No, that's Battlefront. Battlefield is the
military one.
Yeah, the military shooter.
Okay, got it.
It adds just that extra little bit that I kind of enjoy. Because, I mean, I hate the fact that when people put, kind of the storyline in multiplayer, because you're not paying attention to it.
See, it looked to me, when I was seeing the trailer, the grapple hook was a cool feature.
That was
where
cool.
he grappled over the machine and slingshotted himself or something.
Well, he grappled the other guy and
him.
That was really cool.
It looks like they've added more abilities because I saw the ground slam that knocked everybody down.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and they had a new turbo laser thing going on.
Yeah, they had the face laser looking thing, and the cool thing that I thought was there's the melee weapons.
Yes, the giant swords and stuff.
Yeah,
that was really
everything.
cool.
That was cool looking.
The other thing I really like too, I like the fact that they give the Titans personality. The Titans
as a unique AI.
I will say, they didn't announce it, obviously. They didn't talk about it, but I kind of hope we can choose
different voiceovers.
Different voices, so you could I can have that male voice, or I can have a female voice.
Sexy Cortana
I could
voice.
see. Well, I could see them instead. Maybe choose it, or maybe it's per Titan. The Titan styles have different voices or something too.
Yeah, I'd rather just have
or they might just do the main voice from the campaign.
Yeah,
too.
I just kind of hope it's
not supposed to. So
an option.
For me, that's a thumbs up. I really like
Titanfall. I actually
cool.
might get Titanfall. I wasn't planning to get Titanfall 2 because I don't normally like shooters, but
yeah, why not? I mean, it could be something that we could all play and have some fun.
Probably do
Let's
Play or something.
Yeah.
It's coming to PC, so
everybody likes giant robots.
Yeah, and actually this time too PS4.
Yeah,
which is cool for people. So the next thing that they talked about, well, I mean, now we got the sports games. Madden 17. No,
there is no other games they announced.
No.
Next.
No, we gotta talk about it. So Madden 17, really the only thing that I found interesting was the fact that they did the $1 million. They're doing that $1 million competition thing. I mean, kind of cool. And then FIFA, they're doing the story mode, which is kind of interesting because I know they did that with Fight Night, and that turned out pretty well for them. Yeah. Anyways, done with sports.
People should just actually play the sport. Just saying, it's that much easier.
So
there we go.
I just don't care about sports.
I mean, they talked about esports a little bit and stuff, but we weren't even...
Oh, what did they talk about with esports?
So esports, pretty much, they're doing leagues. So for the actual sports games, but no, they're actually doing for Battlefield and stuff too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like throughout the year, it's all EA sponsored events. There's ones that are going to be like all hosted online and stuff, but then there also that leads into actual like proper like theater or like main event competitions
Oh, okay.
and stuff. Kind of like the way they do like the big competitions for like Dota and that kind of stuff, right?
Okay, no, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Next was Mass Effect Andromeda.
Which
That
they
was
didn't
awesome.
They
show
showed
any.
nothing.
So what I got from the trailer was you're there. Commander Shepard was talking to me, like voiceover, like it wasn't like him talking in game. And then there's a Krogan who drops a guy off a ledge at like night, and then a sweaty girl wakes up.
No, and tentacle balls.
I missed the tentacle balls.
Tentacle balls. There were balls with legs, and they were crawling at you.
Oh,
Tentacle balls.
okay.
That's what I remember.
You
from
really
the
okay?
trailer.
So basically, the only things I really got out of it was the fact that they showed a Krogan, they showed an Asari,
Yeah.
and the fact that I guess it seems that instead of doing like the male shepherd as like the canon shepherd,
They're doing like a female
female
character.
which is
Yeah.
kind of different. That's kind of cool.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me
Yeah.
at all.
Um,
Because I know I have the option to pick male anyways if that's the road I really feel like. I'm like, oh, I have to be a man. I can. I don't care if it's canon or not.
no, I just found it kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So the next thing was the Play to Give events that they're doing. That like the charity thing. Did you watch that at all?
See, I was watching,
No.
but I was at work, so I had to like
Okay.
deal with. There was this
So-
one guy in the store who was just talking, and he wouldn't like stop. So I was like, he kept like pulling me away from like trying to watch
That
this.
sucks. So basically what they're doing is they're doing kind of events, I guess, throughout the year that tie into like either achievements or challenges in games.
For charity?
For charity.
Huh.
And basically if it's supposed to be kind of like if the community kind of completes the challenge, then EA donates a certain amount of money to
that's
these
really cool.
charities and
That's
stuff.
nice.
So like one of the
Oh.
one of them that they gave an example of was either like Battlefield or Battlefront or something like that. If you do something like if you play a medic and you like revive X, like the community revives X amount of players or something,
Yeah.
That
then
is
they donate
creative.
a certain amount of money to
Yeah.
charity.
Yeah.
And then the charities they're doing, a lot of them seem to be very kind of like females in like technology sort of
Look,
like jobs and stuff.
No matter
That's-
what,
but
you need more females in every industry.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
like the gaming industry.
Yeah.
You need more developers.
so I mean, I thought that was kind of cool note that they
Yeah,
did.
no, that's actually a good one. I like that one.
After that, so they announced EA Originals, which is basically kind of like their indie sort of development
Yeah.
team.
See,
kind
I-
of like ID at Xbox.
I like
kind
that
of thing.
team because they're like, oh, these games will never like make us all the money on like make us the money back, but like we make all this money from our other games that we can make these like cool little creative ones that like Yarny. I think they used Yarny as an
Yeah,
example. They're like,
Yarny was the big one from last year.
yeah, they're like Yarny's never gonna make us like
What is Yarny?
Like,
I have no idea
Yarny.
what Yarny
Okay,
is.
Yarny was this little game where you play this little like yarn motherfucker.
A ball of yarn.
He's like a yarn like man.
Yeah, you're like
Yarn
Yarn
Man.
Man.
and he's like
kinda
walking.
thing.
He's like going through like the levels. It's a platformer.
okay.
It's a puzzle
Oh.
platformer.
and like he's like slowly unraveling the
Yarny.
whole time.
And you have to like to get to certain points. So you have
Wasn't
to.
there something like that for like the PS2 or PS3 where you're like this cotton man kind
That's
of thing?
Little Big Planet.
Little
Not
Big
the
Planet,
same thing.
Little
No,
Big
it's not
no.
the same. So
Okay.
basically, the thing with Yarny though is that like when you're walking along, you're actually losing strength.
Oh,
So
shit.
you can only go a certain amount of
Oh.
distance.
So it's like you have to actually go the right paths, or else you use up too much string to
You
be able to get to
die.
the end.
Yeah, no,
You
and
don't
then,
die,
You,
you just
don't
get-
die.
you
You
just
just
can't
kind of
keep
get
going.
tugged, kind of thing. And then what ends up happening is you pretty much have to find more yarn while you go, and then that lets you go further.
Huh.
Yeah,
It's
So
really cool.
It was a cool little thing, but like
Yeah.
like they said, they're like these games will never make us like all the millions that like we would expect.
But, like, for the
because we
niche
make
market,
so much
yeah.
because of like our sports games and our
That's
battlefields, Battlefronts, all that they can fund these cool little indie games.
Yeah,
that
and
essentially
some
get
of them
cult
are like
followings.
super successful. Like
Yeah.
Yarny was pretty successful. It did pretty well.
Journey.
Journey's the same
Journey
way.
was just
yeah.
like the small little game that people were like, oh, it's there, and then it came out, and
now
it was
it's
like,
huge.
oh my god, like, Journey's awesome.
Yeah.
Like-
So the game that they announced today was a game called Feet.
Or as I like to call it,
Yeah, that was good. I saw that
Squirrel,
one.
Fox, Eagle, Monkey Man.
Yes.
No, it's a fox bat. Fox
Because
bat.
I don't know what he is, but I was like, I want to get this game
It's a
because it
fox
looked
bat.
cool.
It did, yeah, and I really liked the art style too. It was like kind of like that low poly sort of feel
Yeah,
to it.
it was low poly environment.
Even even the characters too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, a lot
I
of the
couldn't see the
characters
characters
seem very
super clear.
like. I mean, they were probably more like higher poly,
Well,
but they did
are.
seem more.
But yeah, no, it was cool. I liked the humanoid like alien things that were like bipedal, had like the big like cyclops eye.
it was called the Silence or something like that.
I think so. And it was like they're like, oh, they're corrupting.
Or silent ones.
I'm wondering if like the idea behind that is gonna be like, oh, you're actually like a squirrel thing, but like you're actually in like our like forest, and like that's how like a squirrel would like perceive us necessarily, because it was like they come into the forest and like corrupt it and destroy it.
Yeah,
so like maybe if that's like some kind of like whole like, oh, like we like log everything and like we like tear down forests or burn them down.
I know at the beginning they did say something about it being a narrative of like human interaction with nature.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering if like I'm assuming the silence are basically based on us.
Yeah.
So that was a cool like concept. I was like, oh, if that's the concept they're going for, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And it was they did really well looking with like the big like monsters, like when you'd like wake them up and they'd be like, "Rah."
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
They were cool. I liked it. I'm probably gonna grab that,
Yeah.
or I'll pay attention to it. I should say. I'll pay attention.
Okay, so the next thing that they talked about, so pretty much all the Star Wars
make sure you
games.
kill him. Yeah. Okay.
So this is where
This-
you stopped, right?
No, I saw the Star
You
Wars.
saw all
stuff.
it. Okay.
They didn't show anything,
They
but a
showed
bunch of developers
some.
being like, "We want to make a cool Star Wars game."
Yeah, I mean, okay, so like actually went through basically for each developer. So you have Dyson Motive working on Battlefront 2.
Now that I expected. I'm expecting because EA has so many shooters coming out now. Because they've got Battlefield, they've got Battlefront, and they have Titanfall.
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to basically... Now, they might not, but this might be like an exception year. But I'm expecting them to be like, this year's the Battlefield year. Next year is
exactly.
the Battlefront. Next year is the next Titanfall.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
kinda,
Like they're
rotate.
almost gonna pull like they're almost gonna do like you gotta hit them.
I'll hit him.
Um,
Sorry, I didn't know what the button was.
it's almost like the way that
B.
that
I'm trying to
Activision.
hit B harder than I think. It's... Oh my
Wow,
god.
you're having an issue.
Okay, Charney.
Oh, almost.
Anderson's gonna hit him for you.
There you go.
There
You got it.
I got
you
it.
got it.
I got it.
Okay,
Anyway,
sorry.
so
Christmas.
basically the way
Now you go through. You're like, oh sweet. Okay, sorry.
so basically so what you're saying is almost like a Call of Duty thing, because Call of Duty has the 3 separate developers.
Well, like it's just
but
like
instead
different
of it
IPs.
being it's
so it
different
also
IPs
lets
this time,
each IP essentially like rest.
which actually would work out really well, I think.
Is that the mouse thing on this?
It's okay.
That little
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We'll fix that really quick.
There you go. We're
It's
good.
fixed.
Problem solved.
I fixed it.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
So yeah, so basically, the other thing that I noticed too when they were going through and showing like the developers working on stuff, they hinted at VR,
What's VR?
virtual reality. They had a guy.
oh, yeah, with the
they had a
thing on
guy
his
with a
face,
mask on,
yeah.
and he was sitting in an X-wing and moving his head around and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I would
that might be-
assume there's going to be a flying game because that's what VR works for really well right now.
Yeah.
Is like flight simulator. So what better game to do a flight simulator
Star
with than
Wars,
Star
I
Wars,
know.
right? Do like the Death Star run,
Oh,
but
that'd be
like
so cool.
that'd be
Moving
nice.
But it
ahead
wasn't. But I'm pretty sure it was particularly in like when they were in at Dice
yeah.
and stuff.
Well,
so I
they-
wonder if they'll implement it within
They showed
Battlefront.
for one of the companies. It was one of the less known ones.
Maybe you're right.
I shouldn't say less known, but like ones that I don't hear personally a lot about. It was one of the guys. I can't remember which one, but on one of the guy's computer screens, it was showing him moving an X-wing, and it was a scene of the Death Star run.
Oh really?
And I saw him like moving, like putting an X-wing like into the scene.
Oh okay.
So I wouldn't imagine that the Death Star run would be a level in Battlefront, because, I mean, maybe they'll do like space battles in Battlefront 2, but it wasn't Dice that they were showing. It was like, it was Visceral or no, it wasn't Visceral. 'Cause that's Amy Hennig. I think it was Criterion.
I don't think they showed anything Criterion though in that video.
It was-
They-
okay,
They only showed the actual.
I'll have to rewatch it, but one developer was talking, and I saw this guy doing something in a Death Star run.
We'll have to look
scene.
back on it and figure that out.
Yeah.
Or something. So the next one I have. So you got Visceral. They're saying they're making an action
Now
adventure
that
game.
I'm really interested to see. I was really hoping they were going to show something.
They showed a
because-
little bit. They showed that one scene of the guy walking out.
Yeah, well, they showed
in,
the guy
I
like
guess,
leaning on like
or
Tatooine
whatever.
or Jakku.
I mean,
Some
it's
Desert Planet.
very, very early pre-alpha like stuff. Like,
Well, I'm sure they just were like, hey, we have to show you something. It looked like, now I can't quite remember. I think it looks like it's Empire Universe.
yes, yeah, I believe.
I don't think it's First Order.
No.
So, because it showed the Star Destroyers.
Well, I don't know. Well, the First Order kind of symbol and the Empire symbol are very similar.
It's very similar, but I didn't get a good enough picture of the Star Destroyer because once again I was at work.
Yeah.
So I was only able to divert.
But it did. To me, it looked like it was more Empire too.
Yeah.
And so, but like from what I saw to it, it did look like it was going to be more third-person shooter-y.
Yeah, it's gonna.
So it does look like it. Honestly, it does kind of look like Uncharted.
I'm assuming that's how it's going to basically like look is
Yeah.
like Uncharted third person. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be first person.
I'm kind of hoping for like a proper RPG, kind of like akin to like a Knights of the Old Republic or something like that. But I mean, like it's possible it could turn into that.
See, I don't actually want a Star Wars like RPG like that where it's like slowed down turn based. Like
No. So I don't mean
but-
slow down turn based. But
Oh, you mean just like
character?
Dragon Age?
Yeah, like very story driven, character building, almost like Mass Effect kind of thing, right?
I'd be down for that. I would actually like it more if it was more like Mass Effect 1 or Dragon Age, where it was like a lot more RPG like.
Yeah.
Where it's like
actually like getting like gear.
gear and being like, okay, now I'm gonna like play dress up with Garrus, make sure he's wearing the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I got to play dress up with Liara because they're the best too.
Dress down.
And then
Dress down.
then you have to be like, oh look, I moved 3 feet, picked up another gun. Now I got to play dress up with everyone again.
Okay, so after that, so basically it said Respawn's working on a third-person action adventure game.
Yeah, that one. That's weird. That Respawn's doing a Star Wars and Titanfall.
Well, I think basically it's gonna be Titanfall. Once Titanfall 2 comes out, then they're gonna focus on Star Wars.
They're gonna be doing Star Wars 1313.
Possibly.
Because
They said third-person action adventure, so
'Cause
that doesn't entirely mean it's gonna be a shooter.
it doesn't, but it was rumored that 1313 was coming back to development.
That's true.
Or
But
actually,
I think that rumor started when what's her name again?
Amy Hennig.
Yeah, she came
Oh, that's
onto
true. Maybe
Visceral.
she. But what if that canceled Darth Maul game's coming back, seeing the light of day again?
Oh, that Wii U one?
Yeah, because that would
Maybe.
be
that would be pretty cool, actually.
That'd be that was third person action.
Yeah, it was supposed
From
to be.
what we
I think it was supposed to be like a stealth game or something.
Yeah, it was like third person action, stealth as well.
I mean,
There were stealth elements.
It's all speculation
Well,
at
yeah.
this point.
We don't know anything, but
Apparently Criterion's making a game. Not really sure what. Criterion's mostly known for like racing games and stuff, so maybe...
that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're working on the flight, like a flight game.
It
that
could be a
will use
flight game,
VR.
or maybe it's going to be a sequel to Pod Racer.
Hey, I would be down for that. Okay, Pod Race. That is the best thing that came out of Phantom Menace.
Or like Swoop Racing or something like that.
No, Pod Racing only.
They did a little bit about Capital Games and Galaxy Heroes, but not really a ton.
Pod Race.
You played Galaxy Heroes.
It's fun. It's a
Do you
lot
like
of fun. Like it's a time killer.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Again, they didn't really show too much. The only thing they talked about was for the play to give thing.
Oh.
They have like a set of like female heroes that you can purchase, and I guess that goes towards charity or whatever.
Can we go back to Battlefront
Sure.
for a sec? Cool thing about Battlefront was they were like, oh, we're gonna like add a bunch of stuff. Like we're listening. We're gonna add content from the like the new trilogy.
Yes.
They still didn't.
Unreleased stuff.
Well, it won't be stuff that spoils movies. It'll just be like we'll have First Order versus like the new Rebels.
I mean, depending on when it comes out, I'm assuming it'll probably. Shush. I'm assuming it'll probably come out next year.
And they showed Lando
Well, I mean,
as a new hero.
Yeah.
And it looks like they showed Bespin or Cloud City.
Yeah, they didn't really talk too much about that, though. I was kind of surprised. Or, like, they didn't really announce further DLC, which I was kind of surprised about.
Yeah.
But anyways, for Battlefront 2, I'm assuming that's supposed to be coming out next year.
They said
Or is it
2018.
Okay, so if it's 2018, that
They're gonna-
will probably tie into Episode 8, then.
Yeah, they're gonna make content. I think they said they're gonna keep making Battlefront content this year. I think they're gonna focus on just getting Battlefield out, and then next year is Titanfall. I think
How do we switch weapons?
in 2017, and then 2018 will be Battlefront
Try...
2.
Oh, it says X.
X,
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting thing about Battlefront though, didn't mention any Clone Wars era, so it looks like we're still out the Clone Wars era.
That's true, but I think when they said Respawn, when they were talking about Respawn, they said it was going to be a different era that was never really touched before. So that might be Clone Wars era.
Clone Wars era is touched pretty heavily.
No, but like not really in games though.
there's
You have like the
there's
Lego
some.
Star Wars 3, and that's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
I mean, I would like the Clone Wars era because, frankly, the Clone Wars TV show makes the Clone Wars era like the best
oh yeah,
era.
no, I know,
Yeah.
I totally.
So
agree.
I'd be down.
Yeah, like having a proper like third-person like actual like adventure game.
Yeah,
based on that.
I still think Old
playing
Republic.
as Rex.
Oh, they didn't announce the next Old Republic expansion. They just said they're going to keep
No.
making.
No, they're
content.
continuing. Yeah, they're continuing with chapters throughout the year for
Oh, wow, really?
Knights of the
This is
Fallen
like a
Empire.
What are
two-year
they at
expansion?
now?
It's it's basically I think they're at chapter 15, and I think they said there's supposed to be 20
Okay.
in total. And it's like one per month kind of thing.
Yeah, it was kind of. I don't know. Old Republic, I still feel should have been just like a single player rather than an MMO because
The story was really good. The
story was-
multiplayer was
the story's
a little
great in Old Republic the whole way through. And this the new Knights of the Fallen Empire storyline. What do we play up to? Chapter 10?
We played to 10.
Yeah, that was what was out at release. We
It
played,
was pretty good.
We played that. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. Story.
I found each chapter was a little short, but
It was, but I enjoyed playing it like basically because Knights of the Fallen Empire is like fully single player. Basically.
pretty much
Up until like
yeah.
the very end. Like you have to do all the
Which even then, like it's just recycling the old multiplayer
yeah,
content.
like you have to do all the old dungeons or all the old scenarios and all that crap like by yourself. Like
Yeah.
you can't co-op. I was like, oh, this is like, I don't even notice I'm not playing with other people. I'm like, this is. It feels like a single player game.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have just gone single player the whole way.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of too far deep at this point. So after Star Wars, pretty much was a big focus on Battlefield, which you guys missed apparently.
What did they show off for Battlefield?
Battlefield, basically they showed off a trailer, which they claimed was in game. It didn't really look in game.
It wouldn't be. It'd be a vertical slice if
No.
anything.
Yeah, but it didn't even really look like
Now,
gameplay,
was it
honestly,
in
did
game or did it say in
No,
engine?
it said in game.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like-
it's probably still done in game, but it's probably just
It's
like
probably like an in-game cutscene or something
Yeah.
like that. To me, it honestly didn't feel like. I mean, it's not like I really know what World War One felt like, but it didn't feel like what I perceive World War One to feel like.
Well, World War One it's a weird war. It's kind of like everywhere.
Well, it was a very slow-paced war,
It's
and I know
very
you
slow.
can't really make a game like that, but like to me, it basically looked like you take like Battlefield 4 and even some of the weapons in Battlefield 4, and then just put a World War One skin on it. Like there's not really trenches or anything like that.
Well,
It
there
looked just
probably
like,
is. They just probably didn't show you the trench fighting.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of it, because you got to remember in World War One, after the trench fighting kind of little bits happened, you would then go over the top and charge through no man's land. Like you weren't just
Yeah.
sitting in trenches till you gunned down every single soldier.
No.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
they're probably gonna emphasize more of the running. Like look at Vimy Ridge, right? It was the Canadian army
I hope they include some
walking
Canadians.
forward
behind like
behind barrages of
yeah.
missiles,
Yeah.
or not missiles,
Artillery.
artillery.
That's
So
how
it's
you
like-
advance.
You weren't just sitting in a trench firing up the hill, right?
Mm.
So they're probably gonna think about ideas like that too, and be like, well, we don't want to just do like, okay, this is a trench level, that's a trench level, that's a trench, or Passchendaele even, or like the Somme when it was like all like mud and people were like sinking into the mud and drowning.
I'm sure they'll incorporate a bunch of different things.
There's
into
gonna
it.
It
be a
just to me
bunch.
it looked like a lot of just run and gun, which
But that's probably what they wanted to show,
yeah.
because
I mean, I guess that's really kind of what most people are going to want to look for.
that's what
I
most
guess.
people are probably like paying
It's
attention
interesting to watch that.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that just because it is World War One and I love World War One. Like like I said, I don't like FPSs that much.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So
Um,
funny thing, actually, apparently it's not actually streaming.
Oh, it's not?
No. Apparently my stream key was changed
that's
partway
fine.
through and I didn't realize. Anyways, this one just won't be streamed. We'll post it. It's still recording. But anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, and then there was this big focus pretty much about how afterwards they were doing it was like a 64 player multiplayer stream. And I watched a little bit of it. It looks fun. Again, it looks like just your classic.
now, I will say,
Battlefield, though.
because I think when they announced it, they said that you're basically just you're gonna be doing the levels will be like big important like moments. Like you're not gonna be like, okay, now I'm walking from like Verdun all the way to Austria-Hungary.
I mean,
Like,
probably what they'll end up doing is probably level to level. They'll go from army to army. So
Yeah,
it'll
it's
probably
probably
be
gonna
like
jump
one's
around.
going to be like the Americans, then one's going to be the British, then one's going to be like Canadians, and
Yeah,
Well,
French
Canada
kind of
was
thing, right?
Canada was still part of.
No,
Britain.
I know, but
It's
like
just
it was a
came at
lot
the
of
very
Canadian like brigades and stuff.
I want to
but-
see what they do, or how they're gonna do the whole Commonwealth, because Canada was very, very important.
Mhm.
Australia was very important, and India was also very important.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see what they're gonna do with those three specifically, because obviously we're gonna have British stuff and we're gonna have French.
Yeah.
And obviously we're gonna have American stuff.
Yes, because
Even even though American, I think, comes into World War One in like
they're pretty late
1916.
in.
Yeah.
They're pretty
They're very
They're
late,
late.
but they still show up and
Yeah.
do their thing.
yeah.
But I want to see what they're gonna do with Canada, Canada, Australia, and India.
Yeah, it will definitely be really interesting.
It looked like they have Arab stuff as well, and the Ottomans.
Nice.
From the initial trailer,
Oh yeah, because they showed
looked
actually
like
there was
the lady on horseback riding with like the saber.
yeah, because actually in the trailer they showed there too. There was a bit at the end of the trailer where it was a bunch of guys. It looked like it was in a desert. Actually, no, it wasn't a desert. And basically, they're riding on horses with sabers beside a train.
Yeah.
And the train's just like gunning them down, like absolutely destroying them.
So it's really cool. I'm really excited to see how they're gonna do it. There has to be a level though where you get to play as Billy Bishop and you shoot down the Red Baron.
Who's Billy Bishop?
The guy who shot down the Red Baron.
Oh.
I think. Pretty sure it's Billy Bishop. I
I
might
have
have just
no
lied.
idea.
No, I didn't. I'm confident.
All
was
right,
making up words
confidence
again,
in
sorry,
yourself,
guys.
Justin. All
Believe
right.
in the me that believes in you. Hashtag clear skies. It works with the Red Baron.
All right, so I mean, so that was pretty much it.
Yeah, they
At
didn't
that
really show
point.
much.
Yeah, so I mean, so at this point, let's just do kind of final thoughts and stuff. So Justin, you go ahead.
Very interested. I'm gonna keep paying attention to FE or Fee.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 is really cool. I actually will probably grab that, which is strange. And Battlefield 1, I still want to see more, and I'm always gonna look forward to more Star Wars.
Yeah, oh no, of course.
Giant Robots, Star Wars, both good games. Both excited to play them. So yeah, that's my synopsis.
All right, that's a good synopsis.
It's not. I'm just waiting for more Persona 5.
That's tomorrow.
I know.
With me, so I
can
totally
change
agree.
weapons for that.
Titanfall looks very interesting. I probably will be interested in. I'll probably play that.
Yeah.
Fee does look very interesting. I would look into that more too. Battlefield, I gotta look into a bit more. It didn't wow me as much as I was expecting it to.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed in the lack of Star Wars.
Yeah, the Star Wars I wanted to see a lot more of because I feel like that's like
even
the big
honestly,
thing they have right
even
now.
if they like announced and showed off, because I know they said that it was. I think right now we're on the second of 4 DLC packs for Battlefront. Even if they showed what the other 2 were gonna be, I would have made me a bit happy because then at that point you'd be like, oh well, that's really cool that they're
it's
doing
like,
that.
I get it. Like you can't show much for the Amy Hennig Star Wars.
No,
because they don't have probably much going right now. They've probably
yeah, but I mean at the same time too, they announced all that like 3 years ago.
that one got announced because her departure from Naughty Dog is a big deal.
Yes.
So people,
well, no, but that was even before she moved over.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because that was like a year and a half or 2 years ago.
I've heard that apparently when it comes to games she's a part of, she does like because research and development is research specifically is a huge part of making games, and I've heard from a few different like people I watch online that apparently when she is attached to a game, she like really researches and makes sure she has like everything like
that's a good
right
thing,
and that's partly why
that means she's gonna make a proper game and like there's not gonna be stupid plot holes and
that's the thing, right? And it's, apparently that's part of the reason why like the Uncharted games are the ones she was attached because she wasn't attached to all of them.
Well, even the fourth one too apparently is really good.
Yeah, well
I haven't
fourth
played
one
it yet, but
like the ones she was attached to were they're well done. They're Indiana Jones movies that are even actually I'd say probably better.
Yeah,
I don't like the gameplay, but the story and the characters and all that's better than like anything. So I'm really pumped.
yeah. So all in all, basically, I didn't get that wow factor from EA as I've gotten from past press conferences.
Yeah.
It was still they did some decent announcements and stuff like that. I'm personally looking more forward to the stuff tomorrow now.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not a big Bethesda fan, so I don't really care as much.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, well, and I mean also Can't miss Game of Thrones.
Yeah, of course not. Game of Thrones takes precedence over Bethesda.
Game of Thrones over E3, totally.
Yeah. But tomorrow...
But I mean, push comes, like, honestly, like, after that, we could just watch a VOD of it. So.
Sony is tomorrow morning, right?
Xbox is tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Then it is Ubisoft. Then the PC... Or, sorry, no, it's the PC gaming show, then Ubisoft, and then... Sony is actually fairly late. I think Sony's at, like, 9:30 tomorrow, our time.
I actually haven't been able to find anywhere about Square Enix. Are they not?
They're not doing one this year.
Really?
No. No, they're probably gonna. I would assume they'll make most of their announcements at Sony
and Microsoft. I'm
Possibly
sure Microsoft's gonna pay to get
like,
something.
Probably. Yeah, that's true.
In their contract. Anyways.
All right, so I guess that's gonna be pretty much it for.
It
this.
was.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
I'm sure next EA's E3 is gonna be better when they actually have stuff to show off.
You know, yeah.
When's do we know when Mass Effect Andromeda is supposed to come out?
I don't think they gave a date yet.
But have they given like a rough year?
I think something's coming out February of next year.
A lot's coming out February.
So the dates that I saw on there. So Titanfall 2 is in October.
Yeah.
October 28th. I have in September for FIFA. Yeah, I don't have any other dates on here.
Okay. Well, I guess next year they're gonna have a lot to show off. Like they'll probably be able to actually show something for all the Star Wars games that we just saw, like developers talk about.
Yeah.
They'll probably have Mass Effect there, so I'm expecting next year's E3 to be pretty good.
Hopefully, we'll actually get to see what Visceral Star Wars game is going to be.
Yeah, that's like, probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most. Mass Effect, I want, but I'm still like
a little hesitant because it is.
I'm still a little like burned.
I'm just kind of honestly, I'm the thing I was really kind of happy about was the fact that they actually put in Asari Krogan. I think at one point I did see a Turian in there too.
What worries me is that because it's a whole new cast of characters that I'll get the Dragon Age thing where it's like I liked the characters from Dragon Age 1 a lot.
Yeah.
And I can't stand them in any games beyond that. So I can't, like, I don't play the Dragon Ages. Like, I can't play 2 and 3 because I hate the cast.
Third one's actually good.
Yeah.
No, I played about halfway through the game, but I could not give two shits about that cast. And that's some of the most fun I have with BioWare games is the cast of characters.
Yes.
That's why I'm worried that the next Mass Effect, I'm not going to like the cast.
Well, to me it seems like you just didn't like the cast in general.
You just don't like
you
change.
weren't a big fan of it. Whereas, like, I mean, if they write the characters well in Andromeda,
Space magic.
like
no, they wrote the characters well in Inquisition as well.
some of them.
I just didn't. I just didn't like. It's just like.
I mean, teach their own.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I guess that's where we're gonna call it.
Yeah. Oh, badass. There's the best character in this game, except for Garrus. Garrus and Liara.
Yep.
Tally.
No.
Tally is love. Tally is life.
No.
Oh god. Right, thanks for tuning in, guys.
There's the two worst.
And we will be back tomorrow for all the other press conferences.
I guess we should title this EA in quotes E3. Oh yeah, and Mass Effect's opening cutscene. Because that's about all I got to watch.
Pretty much.
All right. Bye.
Have a good one.
Difficult to leave. Ashley.
Why did